Okay, so I know I didn't want to have two parts, but it is what it is. We had so many pairs of earrings, right? We couldn't help but have two parts, but look how cute they are turning out. So I went ahead and did some off camera just so the video wouldn't continue to be so long. And I think they are so cute. You can tell I used the Z, but of course only you can tell because you know what I mean. So this is gonna be like a Christmas earring we talked about. So I'm gonna do this one in a green. And again, we're just going through dotting on the colors. And I honestly love how they are turning out. I feel like they are such super cute ideas. The lighting wasn't so great on that one. So this is part 2. And so we had to hurry up and get through. I know it seems like, why is the video so long? Potentially, maybe you feel that way, but because we have to go through so many pairs of earrings. But again, what I love is the fact that we can fast forward, right? But thank you for those of you that watch all the highlights and watch everything, and then we get to engage in conversation about it. So, finish that one up. So I'm gonna set it off to the side, and they're all drying really nicely. So I'm gonna take the next brush and we're gonna put some designs on our chocolate pear. I think we're gonna use the E and the F. And we're gonna use, oh, it's tough, but I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and use, I think I'm gonna mix up the white and the buttercream. See how that turns out. I don't think it'll make that much of a difference, but just to give it some dimension, potentially. They may just mix together. And I love how they have this like, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like an Aboriginal feel, or like a different kind of textile design. It's not the word I'm looking for, but that's the word that keeps coming to mind. What are y'all cooking today? I'm still trying to decide. Oh my gosh, probably because I'm hungry. So first I have to clean up the kitchen, because everybody else has been helping with it. So I think it's about my turn to clean up the kitchen. And then we're gonna figure out something yummy to eat. So that's that one. Trying to decide if I should wash this off before I do another design. But let's do, kinda wanna do like the A upside down on this one. These are so cute. So I'm charging up the drill to, oh Lord. It got stuck. Oh my gosh. Let me push it from the bottom. So I'm charging up the drill so that I can drill all the holes after they dry, because then we're gonna have to paint the backs. So let's hold that down, because it seems like, probably just because some paint is on there, it wants to stick to the back. And again, you can correct them, like notice that that one's smudged a little bit, so I can correct that. Or I can leave it like it is. Whatever we decide to do, right, it's our design. But what I wanna do is I wanna correct it just a smidge bit. And so I'm just gonna use the edge of the brush to go in and match them up. And then I can use the brown paint to go back through and square off the lines. So notice how that A that we used as an upside down didn't really give a point to that, but I can make a point with the brown paint after it dries. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna sit those off to the side. I'm gonna go wash off our brushes and the stencil, and then we're gonna do these last two, and then we'll start back with adding the detailing to all the earrings. Okay, so here's one batch that's sitting here ready to dry. We finished up. Let me see how many pair we have made. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. No, wait, I'm sorry. I'm counting number of items. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17 pairs. So super cool. 17 pair to get through, and I love, they came out like, to me, a piece of fabric, and I love that. Like, it reminds me of a kente cloth, kind of in terms of the colors. So I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it. I think they came out really pretty, and so I have to let them dry before we can, of course, add other things to them. But let me show you what the red ones turned out like, which we did for the Christmas colors. Let me scooch these off to the side. So I think these came out really pretty as well, and I already have ideas of what I'm gonna put on them to bling them out and zhuzh them up. But that's what how the red ones turned out. That was kind of like the berry color down there, and then of course the green, and then this was the one we did that had the metallic color. I'm not sure I liked how that brown came out with there, but I have an idea of how I'm gonna cuten that up. So let's let these dry, and then we'll come back and start designing, okay? I'm super excited. Okay, you guys, so I've decided that I want to add some glitter to the Christmas ones, and I want to add them kind of on the edges and in the center of the designs, and then I'm going to give each of the other earrings, which are like these over here that remind me of the kente cloth, I'm going to give them like a matte finish and paint the backs, and then they'll be finished out as earrings. You may hear my husband with the drill in the background. So because this glitter paint is really thick, if you're new to my channel, this is Glitterific by Plaid. I'm sorry, Glitterific by Folk Art. And I got this from, where'd I get this from? Hobby Lobby. I think they're like $4.99 a tube, and then you can use your 40% off tube. They come in oodles and squillions of colors. So I feel like I just want to add some glitter down the center of this particular earring because I really want it to shine and have like a festive finish and like a festive feel to it. So I'm just using the end of my paintbrush because I feel like that'll be the easiest way for me to get the glitter on here that I want. So that's what it looks like so far. I may have to use a smaller brush depending on if I can't control it as well as I want to. I could also use a toothpick, but this particular paint, and what you're gonna love about it if you happen to get some, is the glitter is really chunky, right? So it's super chunky, so it's not like nail polish glitter. So a toothpick may or may not work so great. Just depends on what you have. But I do have a different kind of paintbrush that I can use in the event this acts uncooperative. But I really want to keep it in the center of the X. I'm sorry for working off camera right quick. I noticed that my last video is out of frame. So, not the last one from this time, but one I did previously a week ago, using the teal paints. So anyway, so I'm trying to be mindful of that today. So you may hear the drill going in the background. I don't know what my husband is out there putting together or fixing. He's always finding stuff to do. Never a dull moment at the Price household. Is your husband like that? Like my husband loves cutting the grass. He loves fixing stuff. I mean, the thought of him calling somebody to come and fix something like that's not gonna happen unless he just absolutely can't figure it out. And he's really good at it, so I should add that as a caveat. But plumbing and electrical stuff, he is not gonna do that. That's not his forte. So, super cute. We're gonna put those off to the side to dry. So we got one pair of Christmas earrings down, another pair to go. So I like, I thought about doing a different kind of glitter on these. So let's do the, I don't know, I can't decide now. Let's do these with this one, and then we're gonna use our other glitter for the other two pair. So let's put some glitter down the center there without covering up all the white, because we really just wanted to have a, you know, bling to it without I don't want to take away from the white color because we purposefully did them red and white for the holidays. So let's just put that in the center. And as I mentioned to you, this paint is super thick. So just gonna keep moving it around, and one big old piece of glitter got in there, so I'm gonna get that out of the way because it was kind of not being cooperative. So I want to drag some to the edge of the number sign. This is the number sign we used off the stencil. So again, you can use a toothpick or whatever you want, but again, this paint is super thick, so it can tend to have a mind of its own. So let me look at them and make sure they're adding up. I need a little bit right down there. Okay. Super cute. I think I need to bring it down a little bit on this side over here. Let's do that. And this might take a little bit longer to dry only because, you know, it's the glitter paint. I mean, because I'm putting thick coats of it on. Let's see. So cute. So they're off to the side to dry. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe this end, the end of this brush off, and I'm gonna get a different brush only because I want one that has more slip. So that was a wooden brush that I have that I use all the time to do stuff like that with. But I have this little brush that I like to use too, and it's real slippery because it's more of like a plastic handle where that's a wooden handle. So what I was thinking and what I envisioned with this one is, okay, so this is the silver and gold glitter paint by Glitterific. I love it. It's probably one of my favorites. So just stir it around a little bit, and I want to put like some right there in the center. Like as a little spot. I like that. And then I want to put some on the edge. So I want some on the edge of the design on each end. Now, even though I'm going to drill a hole, of course I have to let this dry completely, so a hole will go through the glitter paint. But I still want that type of design on the edge, so I'm just going to drill through it. I mean, you won't even be able to see the hole really because the glitter is going to be there. But I just envision that being glitzy on both ends. Super cute. Love it. So now let's get this one done. I'm spending more time on these because on the other earrings, their designs are pretty much, in my mind, done. With the exception of I need to gloss them over, and I am going to add a few more lines to some of them. And so while I'm in the process of deciding that, let me wipe this off. Plus, they're still over there drying and doing their thing. So, I have to cook. I figured out what I'm gonna make. Fettuccine Alfredo, and it's not homemade. I do know how to make it homemade, but tonight we're gonna be using that nasty jar sauce. I don't eat it. The kids like it a lot. And I'm like, don't y'all prefer homemade? They're like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, to have the stomach of a kid. Okay, so anyway, let's make sure that they match. Yep, so we're good there. My finger stuck to the end of that other one I was holding. So now let's do our end glitter. So that's where we got the end of it all zhuzhed up and shiny, but I'm looking across the table, so I need to make sure they match where the other one is over there drying. And of course, this one's gonna take a minute to dry because we have to give it time to dry so we can drill the hole through it. Pretty, I love those. I think they're gonna be such statement earrings. So this is what the other one looks like, and for now, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm not sure what else I want to add, so therefore I'm not gonna add anything. And last but not least is we have those. And remember I said they had the brown, and I just really wasn't a fan of how the brown turned out. So I have an idea in mind of something I'm gonna put in the center. One of the doodads I showed you. So for now, I'm just gonna put some glitter off to the side that could go around that little stone we're gonna glue on. So let me put that glitter on there, and then I already have I know exactly what I'm gonna do with that one. I say exactly, but I envision it in my mind, but I'm not exactly sure that's what I want to do, but that's what I'm thinking. So I'm just getting it all on here so we can move on over to the other earrings we have sitting off to the side that are ready to go. That was a big old piece of chunky glitter that came out. Pretty. So while those are over there drying, we can now start working on these that are dry and decide on the direction that we're gonna take them in. And so right now, like I said, I really like, hold on, let me get these adjusted, give me a second. So because I like how all of these turned out, I'm trying to decide if I wanna give them a gloss over with like my matte Mod Podge, just so the paint designs will be protected, or if I want to do it with the 3D Dimensional Magic. But the only thing I'm not a fan of about the Dimensional Magic is it stays sticky sometimes, and I don't like that. So I know that another creative I saw where she was sharing something she had ordered from Amazon. Sorry about that. That she had ordered from Amazon that was not sticky or tacky, and what it was doing was giving a clear coat or a clear gloss. And so I'm interested in potentially trying that, but in the meantime, I think I'm gonna stick with the tried and true matte Mod Podge because I want these to have a matte finish. I don't want them to be shimmery and shiny. I love how they look right now, but we gotta protect the coat. So let's see. So I'm just gonna go through putting a clear coat on each, and I'm gonna do it as smoothly as possible. Of course, I'm not gonna bore you to watch all of these. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. But just do a few more and then I'll do these off camera. I mean, you could do these with like in purple, like any color you really desire, but I just had this thing for wanting to do like natural pieces on today. I feel like you could almost do this with white glue. I don't know if you don't have Mod Podge. Mod Podge reminds me so much of white glue. I don't know why. I'm sure they have similar compounds maybe. And I don't know if maybe I'll change my mind about the gloss after these dry and I see what their finish looks like. Right now, I'm just liking kind of the neutrality of it. Hopefully that's a word. And I tend to make up words. I think this is my favorite pair out of all of them. It's how the red and the cream turned out. And of course, I still have to paint the backs, but I can get that done before I drill the holes and after the front's dry. This morning everything is drying, and what I did was a finger painting technique on the back that K-Unity77 showed a long time ago on a video she had. So instead of brushing the back and potentially getting paint in the front, which sometimes happens, I just mixed up some paints that I wanted to highlight on the back. And what I tried to do is I try to make darker backgrounds so that for anyone that wears makeup, the makeup won't show. Like if I used a white or a lighter color, the makeup won't show on the back of the earrings. So these are gonna dry, and then we'll begin putting all the cute decorations on the front and the designs so we can get them into finished earrings. I'm so excited I was able to get this many pair done at once. We're gonna keep going. Hey you guys, I realized in the last video I didn't show you my new Fusion Properties logo.